Hello.
Hey there.
Let me try to get the camera on the other
Oh, I'm sorry
side.
it's so late.
Oh, it's always you. I guess you. I'm behind you,
Yeah.
so whatever. I gotta turn this off. Yeah. So I did get a few minutes of the video of this guy George Evans. Um, this piano is amazing,
I
and
heard it. E sounds wonderful. Wow.
oh my God. I mean, I want to get up. Actually, I do have to get up because I was gonna get up and get my cigarettes over there because I'm like awake now. I mean, I've been awake on and off. I have not really slept much this week, and somebody was asking me, and I was like, well, I've never been a big sleeper. Like, I don't think my whole life I ever really slept that much.
Oh,
So anyway, so after he repaired it, it took 2 hours. I realized that how dirty. Oh, did you get did I send you a chat or something about on Zoom? I was like walking and I'm trying
I
to upload stuff to my channel and everything's going to that, not even the balance energy power, it's the Garcia.Marty. It was another duplicate channel that I made. I don't know how many freaking, I must have 4 channels. And so I was just like, I don't know where any of these videos have gone. I mean, I maybe I just taped it on my phone camera, voice notes maybe, and then I tried to put it in iMovie and upload it, and I don't know where it went. So,
I saw it on Music Alchemy, Modern Mystic.
oh, okay, so it went up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really. I'm way too in creative mode to even really spend much time on. Let's do that. I mean, just it's, you can't even. There's no replacement. It's incredible.
Yeah. How much was that to get that piano tuned?
He charged me $100.
Oh, he gave you a discount.
Yeah, big one. And I got a
Perfect.
discount on my guitar. Like he fixed the guitar, it was like 79.99. I was like, no, you said 75 on the phone. No, I didn't. I said 70. I said I would have remembered if he said 99.99. No. So I went down there and he charged me 65. Not
Oh,
sure why, but I guess because he was a little embarrassed. But his wife runs, you probably can't even see me. His wife runs the store, and they do actually have like 432 musicians. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, no, they don't. She knows about it. And I was like, oh, I said, well, do you have any, classes or anything? She goes, oh, no, well, we can you even see me? Oh, it's the other way. She goes, we can tune to 432. I'm like, it's not just a tuning. I mean, I mean, like, they totally just completely ignored me. And so when I came into the shop, he was right there at the door. He could have just given me the guitar. Instead, he made me wait for almost 40 minutes. He like went off into a lesson. He wasn't even in a lesson. And wife is waiting on a customer. And I'm like, can I have my guitar? And I had to go like interrupt him they both completely ignored me.
what were they in a
Like,
void or something?
yeah, just me and my four and no more. That's the way it is here.
Oh.
And I did ask George about that. He didn't have any comment, but he definitely is like just a piano tuner.
Oh.
And it was fascinating. He literally like just tuned to my frequency. Like
Wow.
sing and play. I played one note and and he tuned the entire piano to me.
Oh,
right? I was like, oh my God, it was incredible. It was like,
You
I
need
got
over
to,
here to retune this piano.
yeah, I got to, I'm like, well, I want to tune my guitar, you know, to the piano, you know, I want to use the piano. That's how I always did it growing up. We tuned all of our instruments to the piano.
Okay.
Okay, well, in this case, he tuned the piano to me, so now everything else I can just tune to the piano. You know, it's just so beautiful, and like the bass notes are trippy. They're like, I mean, they're just like very percussive.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just, and the strings were like ginormous. It was amazing. It was really fascinating how he did it. And he broke a string, and I think I caught it on video. As soon as he tried to like tighten the very first one, boing, and it was like, whoa! I think we got that on camera. I think that's the only thing I got. I forgot about that. Of course, my tablet's always dying, but
Oh.
as soon as I get it up, as soon as I like get around to, I've just been so creative. Like I worked out that Spanish song, the El Museo, on the piano. Whoa. Earth and Men. I did Earth and Men. I'm like, I'm just going, oh, okay, remember this chord, da 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 da, you know. It sounds so different on piano, and I love it. I so love it. So I'm like, okay, I'm glad this is in tune. I mean, I got it tuned last night.
That's amazing.
No, like no coincidence. Nothing,
Yeah.
but that's synchronicity, and it's, you know, that you're right. Trust is the manifestation. You know, the gnosis. You're loved. You have value. You know, you everything is for you, is in your corner. The only thing that kind of trust can't do is the things that you are only capable of doing, which is everything for you.
Yeah.
No one does that for you, and you wouldn't want them to. You know, but if you're not doing it, then you will have consequences, like the path corrections and the karma that's saying you don't need the gavel to come down. You got the message. A messenger came and said, you need to come home. You said it yourself. Well, waste no more time. Make that your central concern. Don't fiddle fart around. Don't take care of him. He's a big boy. And you can't make it equal. There is nothing equal about this and never has been.
Right.
Okay? It's time for you to get your own gig going. And don't be concerned about it. How can you make it equal? It didn't start out equal. I mean, like, as far as you just need to be really selfish and then serve others. You can't serve in this situation anymore. You've already done more than enough than is required.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you know, with my partner being away at Amsterdam, it's like the perfect time to just up and go.
You can get as much to the mailbox and then pack what you need, traveling gear, and go.
Yeah.
This is your portal. You do not know what is coming down after the 15th. Nobody does.
Okay.
But it's a big day. That's when supposedly the government runs out of money again, and they're going to shut. That could be the martial law day. So you need to be in the borders before then.
So
and besides, Octagon is there, hon. I mean, I know we're under surveillance and NSA and everything, but you know, their nests are there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we can't really go and take the place out while you're there, because we will not let a single hair on your head come to harm. So please, come on, safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
February 15th you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, shit. Okay. Right.
So how was the new moon? It was lovely, wasn't it? It was just such a bubbly little experience. It was like champagne. I did absolutely nothing.
I didn't
even write anything. I didn't write it. I didn't do a thing. I go, you know what, universe, highest and best. And yeah, I don't want people who have been, who are either disabled or have been kind of crippled by parasites
Mm.
to not have a way to stand up for themselves or a voice to come to and someone who will help them. I had that experience, and I had the opportunity to do something that I had been wanting to do for months, and I finally did it. And you know, there's no shame in better late than never,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because nobody died, okay? But possibly if I don't take action, somebody could have. I don't want to live with that, knowing I should have taken action, and I talked myself out of it.
Oh,
This new moon was also conjunct Lilith, and Lilith is going to trigger your ego with that Libra thing of, I got to make everything equal for everybody. No, you don't.
okay.
That will sabotage you in a New York freaking minute.
Yeah, yeah.
You just had like all of those, the moon is over. I've noticed that whenever there's a moon, the effect of it goes away really fast. It's the manifestation is at the full moon, and then sometimes like the eclipses 6 months. So we had some serious Cancer, Capricorn, Leo things. We had Cancer, Capricorn, and Leo this year. We've had 3 really powerful moons, all eclipses.
Yeah.
And that's the foundation. So they've all been shook up. So whatever's coming up now is the result of those eclipses. So the manifestation, it doesn't start from when the new moon was and you had an idea.
Mm-hmm.
No, that gives you the portal. It gives you an opening to walk into what was completely dismantled throughout those 3 eclipses.
Okay.
Because Cancer, Capricorn is our cardinal sign. So the structure has been taken apart so that people can get out.
Okay.
So now's you're out.
Mm-hmm.
Not planning, not 6 months. No, now's the walk, pack the bag and go. It's the portal.
It's the portal.
We have a full moon in Virgo on the 15th or the 14th. See, they never do anything that isn't aligned with astrology.
Right. I'm seeing that now. I'm seeing that.
Right.
Now with all
So I would say a few hours before the full moon and any time before is 100% free and clear. That's all I can say for sure.
Okay.
I'm not a henny penny, the sky is falling. I really take any of those people with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm.
But I know how astrology works. And also, I just didn't realize what your life was about and what was going on with you. How would I know? You know, you don't have any responsibility to share with me, and besides, you might not really know, because right now we have Saturn sextile Neptune. So a lot of that stuff really is obscured, and we don't really know what's the action step. Like we've been taught it's the spiritual, but actually where we're at now is that we've incarnated into this earth. We're spirits in a body. So we've got to bring the spirit to our incarnate life. The spirit realms, that's where the dead go. That's where these, those that are poor in spirit. Okay, so basically that's like a measure. Okay, we've been born into this earth. You know, we've reincarnated very recently, all of us.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's the reincarnation. The purpose of it is for all these spiritual things that we have realized now about ourselves. We incarnate them onto earth. So we have to get out of our heads and back onto earth. And I'm trying to tell people, like, you know, they're doing all this research and stuff. And I'm like, where's your little flower garden? Where's your hammer and nails? I mean, like, yeah, research about Göbekli Tepe for what? Half the electronics in this building need repair. How come you're not freaking doing that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got to get out of our heads. That spirit realm is becoming inhabited with all kinds of bad things. We need to get out. and get to Earth because the new Earth is here. So our Garden of Eden is here, and everybody's still up in the astral where the nasties are starting to pop in one by one. I mean, if you watch the State of the Union, it's so fucking funny.
Actually, it's playing right
They're
now.
like mannequins, okay? We got the freaking, it's like, all live action role play. It's like, Elizabeth Warren's still wearing the same blue coat. I mean, everybody looks exactly the same. You know, they're clones. It's just so fucking funny. But his speech was brilliant. And yeah, so he brought up about, gee, in America, the prescriptions are 10 times more than they are in either border or anywhere else on Earth. So that's going to stop right now. I mean, he said shit like that. I'm like, cool. He's taking on pharma.
Wow.
Taking on big pharma. And now instead of we had this healthcare director where people had the right to commit suicide if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's signing an executive order. They have the right to try. And illegal infanticide. Okay, so he's taking them down in every single fucking pocket. He's like, advanced healthcare is here. So I'm signing a bill that says the right to try. They get to try any of the most advanced healthcare on the planet if they would like to live. I'm like, go fucking Trump. Okay, so what? You can't, I mean, come on. We got to incarnate. You got to come home. Come play with us in the promised land. We have Garden of Eden. We made it happen. We birthed it into being and made a huge thought form. And all these people in America, because we're the most oppressed at this point, we just made a big bubble birth and brought on a new earth. And everybody's like, meditation. No. That's the medicine. You fixed it. Now you don't need the medicine anymore. The meditation is medicine. You don't need the medicine now. Okay. Walking is Zen. Breathing is Zen. Everything is meditation now. Everything is spirituality now. Every act, every kind of cleaning the trash, it's spiritual. Dishes. It's like, it's really cool. So come on, we have a lot of fun to be had.
Yeah.
But it's got to be together. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well,
I got my work cut out for me because they just raised the price of the yellow dirt bags 50 cents. And they said, we made a big mistake having them so cheap to begin with. I'm like, oh my God, these people are completely out of touch. And the dean of Holy Cross College is now deposed because of sexual allegations. He's just disappeared.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on the front page. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Of course, they don't say the dean of Holy Cross College. They just say sexual misconduct allegations raise concerns. Yeah, by the 600, count them, focus group that's trying to get some kind of justice for the charges come up, and then they don't remove the professors from their positions. So these women or men are having to continually go to classes with someone who's raped them.
Oh my gosh.
And there's nothing done. And they raised the yellow dirt bags, 50 cents. I've been telling everybody, yellow bag protest is on deck. I'm wearing a yellow bag. I'm going to downtown. And actually, I thought if I could get a cable access show and call it like Encantada, meet and greet, have tea, and have people writing questions, or bring local businesses in or local citizens and talk about stuff and make it like bilingual and sort of a coffee talk thing, like really blingy and foofy and ridiculous, but it's so serious. I mean, it's so fucking serious because nobody talks here and nobody communicates with each other, and there's no local. I mean, there's a couple of activists, and they're all pretty much died out. You know what I mean? Like, they either bought the coffee shop and now it's really profitable and they're with the lawyers now, or I don't know. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I could go to Knoxville tomorrow, but now that I have, I can't leave this guy. No way.
How big is that thing? I mean, I've seen a baby grand piano and it probably fits in this little corner that I'm in, but
Right. Well, let me see if I can, where's the camera? Oh, okay. So I'm going to take these things off so I can lift up.
oh, you know what will help for perspective is just put your shoe, bring your shoe and put it somewhere.
Hang on.
Okay.
This is what's the best part is this thing is, once it's up, just, hey, wait, 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 wait.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to see if you can see me do this. So, you see it?
It's about the size of a harp, an orchestra harp, isn't it?
Yes, it's like 55 by 51. It's almost square.
Wow.
Like I could sleep in it.
Okay. How tall are you?
50, almost 60 inches, almost 5 feet.
Oh, you're small. I'm 5'5".
4'11".
4'11". Okay.
Yeah, hobbit size. Anytime someone says 4 before how tall they are, you just forget it. 4, never mind. They just like go, never mind, you know. And a quarter. 4'11" and a quarter. Can I have my quarter, please? Yeah, I am really very small. That's like what I remember hearing articles. People say, "Oh, I met Paris Hilton, and wow, she's really tiny." I was like, "Wow, you know, it's like looks are deceiving, especially on video."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then also if you hear someone and they're sort of bossy or whatever, you think they're bigger than they really are. Right. I'm super bossy. I was told yesterday I was a super big time troublemaker. I was like, no, not for trouble's sake. I mean, maybe, but not just for trouble's sake, but because I want something to. I mean, I'm always open-minded. I'm always open to new ideas, as long as they're better than mine. If they're not, forget it. Oh my God. Does that make me a narcissist? I don't know. But
People have moments. It's okay.
yeah. I really try to temper it with, wisdom. What do they call it? They say, I don't know, something in the I Ching. But yeah, I mean, so I did Earth and Men, which was great. And then I did the El Museo. And then I was thinking of like all these songs that I've done a lot of like weird minor chords and stuff. I'm making up chords. I know I am because I don't really know. Like I know what an A is and I know what an E is. And I know that the C sharp comes in with that scale and there's like you can do different things. So I to do it in my sleep, but I said, okay, right hand, come on, get busy. I mean, I was almost like tying it behind my back. I'm like, what's going on? This one is more than willing, and this one is shy. And so I had to force my right hand to get on the keys and play. I mean, it was so weird. I'm still trying to figure this out.
Yeah, that's the
it's a faculty I'm not accustomed to.
Okay, no, that's the right hand you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right hand won't work.
It doesn't. It's reluctant. It will. It's fine. Like actually, I see the positions quicker. It's just like when darts. Now I'm left-handed, so left. Yeah, I'm always playing with my left. I've been a left-handed player. I even move the bench, not my hands. I'm moving the bench. I need one of those slide benches so I can just.
Oh.
Yeah.
On a track. What I'm thinking is
why we have arms. Okay, so I just have to use the appendages the way they were meant to and not pretend I'm handicapped, you know, or just,
My,
I don't know. It's just different.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, for playing piano compared to playing the guitar. Yeah, yeah.
Or when I was composing, I always compose on the piano, but I didn't need to perform. I've never like performed. So it wasn't important to have like this kind of form or, you know, style or anything like that. And now it's like I want to do both the bass and I mean, every single note is perfectly tuned. And then I was like, he left, and I was like, ew, there's 100 years of like
That was
skin
so funny.
cells. Ugh.
How do you think he
So
felt having to clean the thing?
didn't consider it really. And then I was like, oh. So then I did. And I cleaned every single little one. And then I cleaned underneath in the black one. And then I polished it with like a furry cloth. And one of the keys is kind of, well, there's one or two like that are kind of, especially the low ones, that are kind of duddy. There's a, like you can tell where it goes. It's right there. But I mean, it's just perfectly tuned. And to my frequency, I'm like, kind of like, oh my God, this is so weird. I'm just going to sit here all the time and never do anything.
Yeah, yeah, it just seems to make you happy.
It does. And he asked me about like stuff, and he encouraged me to go do the funerals and church things, you know. I was like, oh yeah, I was thinking, oh, I don't have the cab thing now. I could make 200 or 300 just to play one song at a funeral or anywhere, if maybe more, but that would be like minimum.
Wow. Are there many funerals there? How big is that community?
It's not a big city,
Yeah, I didn't.
but it's aging. I mean, and most of the people, yeah, there's quite a bit of funerals because it's all the old generation never left.
Okay.
You know, and that's what I was thinking, that, I mean, the older, then the baby boomers, yeah, a lot of them left, but, and then there was sort of another baby boom of, you know, our kids' age, but it's a small city. It's more like a big town, but which is why the yellow vest, I mean, the yellow bag thing, all that's got to change. I mean, these people just have to change. This is not a big city where all this bulk and bloat is necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if, you know, it's just not in me to want to fight these people or change anything, because I don't think that the people that live here really require that. I think they're really accustomed to being miserable, and that's okay with them.
Mm.
I'm not going to force them to not be miserable or point them to a better way if they're not already looking for it.
Right, right. It's an uphill
So
battle.
my responsibility ends with the tips of my fingers. It really does. And if I do that, then people will benefit.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go after helping other people or trying to fix that and that, I'm already missing it.
Yeah.
Because it starts here.
It is. Okay. This I hear.
Good.
Because I can't fix Alex and I can't fix Sherrar, and you're right.
You can fix you.
I can fix me.
Oh, and this is what I love about Trump. He said, you know, we've had, you know, this and the middle class. The potential is unlimited. Our potential as to be the country that everybody thinks we're supposed to be, which is like to save the world. Yeah, we got that. We're going to protect ourselves and help ourselves first.
Okay. I got to listen to that State of the Union address.
It's so funny watching, oh my God, they got this, you know, rock star Alexandria Ocasio, 28 years old. She's like a carbon copy of my daughter. They stole her name and her looks and her ethnicity. Kind of pisses me off because they're making a laughing stock out of her. You know, they make her like a famous, and then they're gonna like make her, because she's an idiot, and they put her in a role that, you know, she's getting the payoff, I'm sure, in some way.
Yeah.
So whatever. I mean, yeah, they're gonna mock her and make fun of her. And when, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue about open borders when the sex trafficking is so bad and the people that stand to benefit are so gonna like be exposed when Trump does what he just said he was doing. It was so palpable. They're all sitting there. Nobody would get up. They're all wearing white.
Right. I saw that.
And they're not clapping or getting up when it's talking about just restoring life. And it's like the neg entropy. He was describing neg entropy.
Okay.
And from my perspective, because actually I forgot about even watching it. And then when I woke up, I saw CNN had it. So I just watched it on CNN. Oh, I forgot about that. You know, it's like, yeah, I'm going to hang on every word Trump says. He's a politician. That is not reality. He's like, for our country, he means corporation. Okay. But also, he's so funny because he speaks both their languages. He speaks the AI language and he speaks like the QAnon language. And not just the Democrats, but there's a lot of Republicans too, these war people that she's described how many trillions of dollars and people that have died in the 19 solid years that we've been at war. And no country really can survive if they continue to just war. We're going to build up our infrastructure. I mean, it all made perfect sense. Okay, absolute perfect sense. And the people that didn't applaud and they're just shaking their neck, Kamala Harris, they're all brown. They're all probably not really Americans. They're probably either Pakistani and were recruited to come over and be American. Ocasio, she's a Zionist. I'm sure she's got dual citizen. They're all dual citizens, which means their allegiance is to someone else.
Yeah.
Because you cannot serve two masters.
Right.
So if they're dual citizen, that means they're here as an American only for convenience so they can do their agenda to take over Sharia law. They're not going to get to do it. But none of them can really like back out of the situation because I think it was planned. I think it was so planned. And somehow I believe that the 100th monkey just popped out this new Earth playground. For us. It's the year of the pig, the year of the human.
Yeah.
But somebody needs to say that besides me. I'm the only one saying that. Except for that Manly Palmer Hall and all the masters talk about the symbology of the totem animals. The pig represents a human. So I'm not the first one to say it. I'm just the only one saying that the year of the pig isn't a time to have a lot of pork chops. No. That's not what that means. It means last year we had the dog year. Okay. They had their day. Guess what? It's our turn. And they're going to have to heal. That's
a good one.
I get very mad at the doggies. I'm so evil, but not really.
No, it's just a moment.
It is. But, hey, it's fine. It's about time justice was served. I'm not going to complain. I'm definitely going to take advantage of it because I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was in 9,000 something BC, 10, 11. Yeah, so it's been about 10,500 years.
Wow.
Yes.
You know that place, Worcester.
Worcester.
Worcester. Butchering.
Worcester.
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 Worcester?
Worcester.
Worcester. In Worcester, is there like an area that happens to be where you could consider just having a home base? Or not a home base, but a pit stop?
Well, you mean like hostels and things like that?
No, like, because I was on Zillow.com taking a look at properties and just seeing a lot of old houses, but like, is there a place that you would have an affinity for there?
Yeah, there's yes, there is. Um, there's a place called Tatnick, and it's not far. It's part of the city. It's so weird,
Uh-huh.
but it's very wooded.
Oh,
And yeah, it's weird because you can easily go 5 minutes out of town and be elevated again. It's like we're in a bowl here. Obviously, this is the pit of something, some kind of pit here. Okay, so guess what? All the hills are all around. Well, that means there's hills all around, and beyond those little hills, which I'm sure are manufactured, are woods, woods everywhere, and there's all kinds of really nice communities. I want to live in Barrie, but you don't really want to be too far from. I don't know. It's like Worcester really doesn't have. It sort of got forgot on the evolutionary scale and communications and transportation and trains, and
okay.
it's almost like everything forgot Worcester. I don't know why.
Well, some places are set up that way. Here in Switzerland, it's really hard to get to certain ideal locations. It's like,
Right.
and it's kind of a similar setup with very unique areas.
It
Um,
is very unique. I'm not really sure. Like they have like right downtown these like artist collectives. Like you could go rent an office space for an hour or something. You don't mean that, right?
no, I
You meant like
mean,
rent a house. Like if we wanted to rent together a
yeah,
house. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's where I was. I mean, like I could take a look on Craigslist. I can take a look on Zillow. I could take a look on
Yeah, because
internet.
you probably want to. Yeah, there is definitely like the real estate just doesn't justify what they offer. You know, because
No place does. I hear you.
right, it's really high. Um, but there are very unique situations. Like one time I almost moved into this house, northern New York next to Vermont, kind of mid upstate. And these real estate agents from New York City just bought these refi properties or whatever you call it. Not refi properties. Foreclosed. It's like a foreclosed or
fixer
bank
upper.
sale.
Okay.
And they got like a 6-bedroom house and 3 acres in this beautiful town. And those things are all over.
Oh,
I'd say 50% of the housing is vacant. Or not
really?
vacant, but there's quite a bit of vacant houses. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Like really magnificent looking, cool, out in the country, A-frame churches, little cute little that are completely empty.
Wow. They're on ley lines. I mean, churches are placed on ley lines, so it would.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, I didn't.
Well, I'm not. Let's see. I just
Just
like.
look around, like at the, like, don't worry too much about like what the prices are because I don't really think those are real
No, they're not. They're all
because
inflated.
there's no buyers.
Right, right. I mean, just what I'm seeing, it's like there's so few houses and they're so expensive. They may as
Yeah,
well be in Southern California. So,
right, right. So I don't really know what's going to happen, but I think something's going to happen soon.
yeah. Yeah, that's where I still need more time because I have a lot of documents that I could do paperwork on and claim them as an asset to put into a bank account. Now, the thing about the bank, all banks, they're going through a change right now.
Right.
Um, so you want to look for something that's not federally insured. And a credit union would be ideal because those are the private banks.
Well, I have Webster 5 Cent Savings Bank. I can look on what their little logos are.
Right.
But I don't think it's one. I think it's just a Massachusetts one.
Okay.
Webster 5 cents, because yeah, I didn't think that it was a Fed thing.
So I will take a look and see. Are there any credit unions over there?
There's a ton of credit unions, and they don't. Yeah, there are. There's Rockland Federal.
Oh, but
I still have an account there.
okay,
And the thing is that they don't do the FDIC because they have their own.
so it's a private insurance then.
Well, it's a state. It's all just state. But I think, I don't know, Massachusetts kind of scares me.
Yeah, no,
But
no.
it's my home. You know what I mean? I'm safer here than I am going to Tennessee or any of these places. I don't know these places,
Yeah,
and they don't know me.
right.
You know what I mean? It's like, I was like, all these people, I was trying to tell them, the police officers, they were really human. They're not like they were 20 years ago. They've been replaced. They've been like, they're real humans now. And they're
Okay.
your friends. I mean, they actually try to help, which you cannot convince these old hippies that have been through the war on terror or the war on drugs, because it was the war on them.
Right.
And
Right.
they're all compromised and sick and, disabled as a result. So you really can't convince them to trust in that way,
Okay.
but it's the truth.
Hmm.
I don't see these people as my enemy.
Okay.
And the fact that I was born here and come to think of it, the handful of times that I have lived here, I've always been really prolific creatively, and a lot of gains as far as rewards of recognition for, like, I published my book here. I graduated college here. I, participated in competitions. Almost the bulk of my music training was here.
Yeah.
And like, why do I think so negatively of it?
Mm.
It was like any place but here. Like, why?
Mm-hmm.
And I am challenging that very, like, regardless of what's, yeah, we were all programmed to believe that this was a horrible place to leave here. But I see nothing but beauty here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's why I was asking about in that community.
There is
Where?
many places that I've seen, like, I want that house. Oh my
Okay.
God, I see it every day.
Now we're
Every
talking.
frigging day.
So
I have to start believing that and, like, get rid of that old thinking of this is not the place for, but it is. It always has been. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm confronting my own biases.
Yeah. Yeah.
And where did they come from?
They're manufactured.
Like, it was like almost 50 degrees today, and I'm going, if it was that nice today, it's only getting better. And springtime here is unfucking believable. In fact, every place I've ever lived,
Mm-hmm.
I always wanted to feel like it feels like when it's spring here.
Wow. Oh,
Whether it was Georgia, Mexico, I could be on the Puerto Vallarta beaches and the most beautiful sand, and all to myself. I mean, it was just like, I miss that crisp, clean air with all the trees and the rocks and the water, and it's home. It's my blood, though. I think that's what it is. It's just familiar because this is where I sprang from.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So, Torah is tierra.
Tierra.
That's Torah.
Okay. Let's
So
see.
yes, you're welcome to come, but also, I mean, dude, I've got lots of room and a big house. So, and it's a crash pad, and no one would say no. I mean, at least to have a place to come and, like, check it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you can do like a hopscotch and head up to New York, or just go out west.
Right.
But I think if you're coming from the land of the chocolate, you could easily probably end up flying into Boston anyway.
Yeah, there'd be a direct flight. I think it's like 8 hours to New York.
That's crazy. Yeah. Try to come into Boston though, because New York is, well, even Boston is a pain in the ass to get to, unless you take this train. They have a fast train. So I know no one even drives it. I don't even think the road, like we tried to go there, Chris and I, like back in October, I think, we ended up turning around and coming back. We were on the road for 4 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And it's supposedly only like 45 minutes away or 45 miles.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe it. I think they changed something. They definitely changed something because it was never like the other end of the world. I could easier go to New York City than I could go to Boston.
Oh my God.
And on a clear day, you could practically see it. So what is going on? Is there an abyss in between or something? I mean, did the Chinese like blow it up? Because they bought Boston Harbor with their, threats of bombing because the Federal Reserve ripped them off and sent them, repatriated their gold, only it was fake gold. They caught them. So like, okay, we own Boston. Thank you very much. So you're going to be blown to like nothing. So, okay, you can have Boston. So yeah.
Boston's big though. That's like the home of the whaling industry.
Yes, it's really magical.
Yeah.
Really magical. I want to move there. Brookline is where I want to go, but everybody kept telling me, "Oh, stay in Worcester," but then Framingham is even closer. But any one of these places is gross.
Oh, okay.
Unless you get off the beaten path and go, I don't know, 5 miles away and it's woods. I mean, literally, it's just off the highway.
Wow.
And you can just drive 5 miles and you're in complete privacy. I mean, it's like all wooded.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's like the environmental police were part of the war on terror, war on drugs. They wouldn't let anybody cut down a tree. So,
okay.
Yeah, so the trees are, boss here.
Okay. Yeah. What comes to mind is there are these large parks in San Francisco, and even here. Well, there's a lot of woods anyway, but especially in San Francisco, it's like the park is closed after 10 at night until 6 a.m. Because what are they doing? They're hunting, right? That's their playground in San Francisco. And I realize now, oh gosh, stay out of the park after.
What are they hunting?
They're hunting, the San Francisco's major.
They do the children thing?
Yeah, we have a lot of missing children.
Did you hear about Los Angeles, like over the past 48 hours?
No.
Yeah, they did the supposed drills. You know what that means. It's not a drill.
It's not a drill.
They went with like major military planes over Los Angeles for like 6 hours. I think they picked up some people. Hopefully they went and got the kids out of the Getty.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh.
Yesterday, the day before, I think it was yesterday, right after the new moon, I heard about, Los Angeles was, I believe they were rescued. That's what I'm choosing to believe. Okay. But of course, we don't know, we don't know. But if there's military and boots on the ground and supposedly a drill and they're doing urban warfare and explaining how good it is for the soldiers to learn this, and they have to have some kind of cover to get these guys. Yeah.
Well, it is the beginning. What is it? Trinity enters the Matrix, the first one, to go find Neo, right? It's February 19th, 1998. Forget the year. February 19th. We are now at February 2019.
Right. So that's it. That's the ticket.
Yeah.
All of those things make complete sense. Everything that Augie says makes sense. And Mr. Thomas Williams, the guy that's the Mana World Holding Trust or something, I don't know, the Trust. He's a British guy. I've had some shigata with him over email because I didn't like what he was saying about AA. Okay, so today he releases this Q&A thing, and he mentions how wrong Og Tellez is. Like, it wasn't 4 worlds, it was 5. And I'm like, wow. Mr. Piggyback, pretend he's going to save Americans, British wannabe nouveau riche, who the fuck are you? And you're going to, and then you're going to, and compared to like the whole number, frequency, authenticity of unquestionably Og Tellez, I'm sorry. It says something like, he reminds me, oh my God, he's going to hate me for this. I did make this comment. That reminds me of when the rooster pecks his way all the way to the top of the pile and he crows and he's so proud of himself. I think they call it cockiness. Good for you.
That's a good one.
Ooh, I thought so too. That was brilliant. I'm like, he's gonna fucking hate me. You're never gonna give me any money. Because, you know, the projects, I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about news that repeats every 5 years, and he's, you know, slams everybody who ever believed in the dinar, and he's just like, you guys are just you're stupid, you know, with this fake British accent. It's not fake. It's genuine to him, but that accent was not the original Brits. The original Brits came over to America, so we have the accent of the original Brits, the Edwardians. So whatever that hoity-toity thing is, that is not anybody that anybody knows who they are, okay? They taught it to the kids in school after they killed off all the parents. So that is not the original British accent. This is, okay?
Wow.
So anyway, yeah, when he was, but the thing is too is, how do you operate in love? Well, Og is my brother, and if there's a definite false assertion going on about him, maybe I should mind my own business. But in this case, I really don't think I can. And this is what I said, exactly what I said. Yeah, I should mind my own business, but you know, he's my brother. And I'm going to deny these false assertions because, well, yeah, you're the cock crying, you know, well, piggyback, wannabe, nouveau. I mean, what credentials does he have? And even if he did, Og has been into the war, in the future, in reverse. What has this guy done? Tell me one thing you've done, dude, to even qualify to even be where you're at. Just because you have a microphone and someone said, it's all about the dinar thing. And even though he talks down about it and says how stupid these people were or are, he was one of those people. He came from those ranks.
Yeah, yeah.
So there is no love there. It's a lot of insecurity. It's a lot of one-upmanship because we're the Brits and we have to tell you what to do and you're all little children. And, you know, it's like I go by the frequency. Yeah, I'm sure he thinks I'm a dirtbag. I really don't care. It's like a dirtbag calling somebody, you know, a dirtbag. Yeah, you just identified what you are.
Yeah.
Because I am not who you think I am. You are who you think I am, okay? So that's just how that works.
Oh, that's a good line. That's a really good line. That's true.
Yeah, and but him, you know, with the dinar superior thing, he'll never see it.
Yeah.
I don't, but I'm not gonna. There's a lot of people that I know that listen to his reports. Hearing him say that about really pissed me off. He doesn't have any places. He shouldn't be naming names like that. Not with people who have given their lives to explain to us what we've been through and help us to get where we are now.
Yeah.
It was people like Og. All that Tommy Williams is doing is just kind of like organizing this and that, and he thinks he's so. No, thank you. It really isn't anything he has that I want. And I don't care if all the money in the world. I said the same thing to Kasim. If there's not love, I won't be there.
Right.
So have fun.
Good.
Not impressed one bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that's what it takes.
Yeah.
So I have to be really careful how I approach it. And but I mean, I couldn't hold back. And yeah, the brilliance, the Mercury, and all the queer. what can you do? The astrology's in my favor. I can't, I'm not gonna, apologize for brilliance.
Okay.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Even at 3:00 in the morning, it's probably 4 by now. It's 4:06. That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Plug in my phone. Hang up. Yeah. So I mean, of course, I still haven't figured out. He called me this morning, the piano guy, and he was like, "Oh, I'll be there in about 15 minutes." And I'm like, "George, so you called me and postponed till Saturday yesterday." He goes, "I didn't call you yesterday."
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, "Who called me yesterday and postponed our piano tuning for this morning till Saturday?" And I haven't even had a chance to look at my phone and see what the number was. I thought, well, maybe it's another not. I didn't know.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't him. Like, how fucking weird is that?
That is.
So yeah, I gotta figure out who who was that.
No, you don't have to figure it out. You've already got your phone, you've already got your piano tuned, and that's really all that matters. Just put aside the distraction. Don't waste time and energy on that.
You're absolutely right. I think that's what it was. It was like, you know what? It's really not important. I guess that's why I just, unless somebody shows up Saturday, which I better make sure nobody comes Saturday.
Yeah, piano tuned. Thank you. Goodbye.
Yeah, thanks. I gotta tell you, clone. I don't know who you are, but that was really weird. So he said, "Oh, I'll be there in 15, 20 minutes." I was like, oh my God, I had just gotten out of the bathtub. I had just slathered ghee all over my body. So I was slippery. And there was shit all over the piano, stacks of towels. It was, trash everywhere. And I'm like, there was a cabinet here. So I had to move that out of the way because I knew he'd have to open everything up. And I'm like, 15 minutes. Oh shit. And I did it all in 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Amazing. I got it all done. I'm like, I called Chris. I said, "Are you home? Can you help me move furniture?" "No, I'm not at home." Okay, bye. I hung up. I was like, forget I'm going to do this. So I did.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how. It was funny. But yeah, it was amazing. It was an amazing day yesterday. Kind of magical. Yesterday is still today. Like, I may have slept a few hours in between.
Uh-huh.
But it doesn't feel like another day. It just feels like a continuation of the same vibe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I like. Yeah, I like that. I don't like it when it's really nice and then I have to start over because they do wipe your memory and all the energy changes. And I hate it when that happens. It's like, why can't I just keep on the roll that I was on? Why stop me? So now I guess maybe if I just don't go to sleep, I won't happen.
Do you have any safety glasses to block the blue from the monitor?
No, I usually
or from your phone, because the blue light is really, it can program you to go down. Go to
yeah. Well, a lot of times I'll flip over the thing and I'm not even looking at it.
Okay.
And I actually have lots of lighting on, so I probably look like super bright, but generally I don't use the overhead lights. Yeah, I moved the lighting around and I don't know, it looks a lot better than it did 15 minutes prior to when he called,
Okay.
Extreme makeover, extremely fast. It took a while for the ghee to dry, though. I mean, I really couldn't touch anything. I just immediately put all kinds of clothes on, gloves. I'm like,
oh gosh, what a waste!
Like a corn on the cob, a buttered corn on the cob.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah. All right, so much for 15 minutes, but yeah, I'm gonna go back to sleep now.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
Bit.
Thank you so much for this. I really needed that pep talk and to set me straight. I got to get on this.
Yeah, well, we need to get you here so we can really be in touch and No more virtual, you know what I mean? Like the virtual, we got to incarnate things. And the way we're going to do it is with each other, not lone rangers, lone wolves anymore, you know?
Right. It's true.
So I like you. I'd like to have you around, and we could probably kick some major butt
We
just
could.
creating, you know, creating stuff.
So the big thing, just to put it out there, is the setup that I have here, I would not be able to take with me because this rendering machine is a broadcast quality. And
Nice.
but I can't bring it because it's too heavy. It's
Right. Well, there's several studios here that are like creator studios that they made for the immigrants, you know, to give them all this free stuff.
oh,
So I might just go down there and use it. I mean, my sister told me to go down there, and they have these creative spaces and stuff like that. I mean, I knew they were there. She's on one of the boards, and that's why I didn't go,
okay, yeah,
because I didn't want to have an uncomfortable, and I just felt like, oh, the way is shut, you know, because of her. And that was just all in my mind, and I just needed to heal.
yeah,
So there's some very cool places that have already been created,
okay,
you know,
okay,
so that are like, and there's also, you know, cable access stations. And I've got that concept for the, you know, the coffee talk. It's actually calling Cantana. But I do want to do a show. So there's lots of Easton, Easton, write that down. Not only that, but there is a spring in Southeastern that is the best water I've ever had.
oh, okay,
So Easton has a very active cable access station. They even play some of my old shows. I'm sure of it. A lot of those soul networks, because I lived in Attleboro and it was part of the Bristol County network, and then they would like just trade shows from different cable access like networks. And Easton has a very active cable access station with their hire producers, or not hire, but you can volunteer or whatever, and they'll train you and you can have your own show. And you know, I don't, they were hiring for a program director, something I wasn't considered, but that was months ago, and I really wasn't sure I wanted to stay here anyway. So, but I would like to go over there because it's a beautiful area and it's closer to Boston. It's
Easton.
not, I don't think it's, I don't know if it's expensive. Everything is expensive, but there's ways you can get things, you know, get properties.
I know how.
Well, that's what I was saying. I probably put together like some kind of like proposal. You know, I really focus on the creative, and I realize now that that's why I've never really, you know, wanted to go into this branding and duplicating myself, because I really just want to keep the creativity pure.
Yep.
You know? And so my kind of liability has always been just my, I have to do it myself thing.
And it's hard
That's
to
what I
do
was,
it all
the
alone.
difference between,
And it's really
yeah,
hard to
it
do
is.
it solo. Yeah, yeah, I get you.
Especially when it's, you know, I'm a hoarder, I admit, of creative capital. So I just need someone who's willing to take those hoarded things and put them out on the market. You know what I mean? Like there's several inside degrees that say that taking all of these, I'll find it. It's kind of like mercury. Turning it for creating it for mass consumption, like these spiritually derived physical things that I create are for mass consumption. And they're kind of blingy, and some of them are a little Venetian, and you know, so it appeals to vanity. And you know, I don't try to do that, and I don't try to not do it. If I'm feeling it, like today, you know, it was so warm, and I had to wear my hat down the street. You know, like I had to do it, and I actually sat here for 2 hours and played piano, and I still had my hat on. I didn't realize it. So, okay. I'm just letting it flow, and I'm not going to stop the flow.
Right.
Right. So, like I was saying, there's a difference between non-attachment and neglecting.
Right.
Gotta be careful, because I used to go I would avoid being responsible for my finances by being hyper spiritual.
Okay.
Telling on myself.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me. I mean, it's really is hard for me to be grounded because I have Jupiter and Aquarius. I mean, that's Aquarius, the collective, and Jupiter is the guru. I mean, sure, I got all the answers for everybody.
Mm.
And myself as well, but it's harder for me to do it for myself because
Yeah.
that's the 8th house. That's my Leo. Like I said,
Well, that's
be
where,
ruthless.
yeah, that's where just having that reminder of the little girl, right?
Yep.
You have the little girl, and that reminds you, okay, I can help her. I can help her. Just like
Yep.
same for you, you can help that little girl.
Right. And I'm trying to I'm getting over my, I guess, guilt for being a Capricorn.
Okay.
I feel guilty, and I'm getting over that. I'm letting that just kind of slide.
Yeah.
Let the chips fall. I have to have trust too. The trust is that it's not malevolent gifts. They're good gifts. So if I see something happen to someone who is interacting with me and they happen to have something that could appear to be like some kind of catastrophe, like I used to feel I had a curse on me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because of this energy that's actually transforming for the good. It all depends on your intentions. So now that I realize that, as long as I stay in love and I do things for people with pure intentions and know what my motives are, that they're not for personal gain, but it's actually to help someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I felt really bad, like, oh, look what you did to her life. You know, now her husband, and I'm like, what was my intention? My intention was truly to help you. And also because I know that being isolated doesn't help. It creates other issues. So no matter what gifts you're working on, projects or whatever, not having physical interaction creates other problems that can prevent any of those gifts from really having any potential. Because that initial need, that really intrinsic need,
Mm-hmm.
is the inside need.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't get satisfied, then you're really pretty much dead in the water in any way. You know. Oh, by the way, I can float in the tub.
What? You can float in the tub?
Yeah.
Is
like
it
all I have to do, like I'm laying on my back and I was crossing my legs, you know, because it's not really long enough for me to lay completely out. You know, not that far. I crossed my legs and my legs didn't touch the bottom of the tub. I was completely weightless.
Oh my God.
It was so cool. And I did it like once or twice. And then like the next day I tried to do it again. And I was like, how come I can't do it this time? I put too much salt or not enough salt. Okay. That was the day I put like 2 cups of like rock salt or something. And I was so electromagnetized. I don't know. I just floated.
Wow.
Floated. I was like, wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, I'd like to have a big pool where I can just immerse myself in water.
Hey, make that part of the search.
Yep, exactly.
Because a lot of people have indoor pools here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Because, you know, it used to be winter for months and months and months.
Uh-huh.
And then the population got older and jacuzzis were real popular. So, you know, they made like built-in pool rooms and stuff. A lot of people have those.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
well,
anyway.
For that area, I can imagine. It's kind of strange. There are pools in Hawaii in certain neighborhoods, and but they're right next to the beach.
I know. It's the same thing in Mexico.
Okay.
And Florida. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, everywhere. They're kind of, it's great.
I want a pee pool, though. A pee pool, my own pee pool. You can come in my pee pool, too, you know. It's okay.
What's a pee pool? That's where you pee, or you pee in a pool?
That's the pee in the pool. Yeah, the pee pool. It's your natural salts. Natural salts.
Wow.
You can grow younger by having a younger woman's pee.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
that's actually what I would like to do with my mom, because she's sleeping 20 hours a day, and
oh my God. Now,
um,
where's she? Idaho, you said?
she's in Iowa.
Oh, Iowa. Okay.
Iowa, yeah, that's where her husband's family is. So I feel like I need to get over there. Yeah, the last time I saw her was in 2015. Is that right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's nothing is really going to happen if I don't assert my needs. And
Yeah, you gotta like be ruthless.
mhm.
Gentle when necessary. I mean, gentle when possible. Brutal when necessary. Right now it's necessary.
Yeah.
You gotta be completely ruthless.
Hmm.
Now that doesn't mean to have negative feelings for your partner. It just means be ruthless.
Yeah.
That means all the self-air activity. Sorry, I don't have time right now. We can talk when I get back to the States. That's all you have to think about. You can't talk to these things. You
Hmm.
just, I don't have time right now. Just make that your central concern. It's practical concern. And I think the quicker the better, because then it won't be long drawn out like pulling a wisdom tooth.
Yeah,
It will be the
that's
main, even if you just flew this week and he was taken aback, he can always come visit and go, okay, we need to wrap things up, but you needed to get comfortable. I mean, if somebody's pushing on you psychiatric evaluations, that to me is cause for instant flight, because that means they've already made a determination, and God knows how many communications have happened up until this point for him to even say that.
hmm.
Okay, so, and there's nothing wrong with your mind, honey. So that
Right.
shows you right there, there's complete disparity. And then not safety. That's not safety.
Yeah, I know that when he started mentioning therapy, that is a real concern, because that's how they actually get a prognosis, and then you
Just
know,
for them an eval.
yeah,
Just from, sure, I'll talk to somebody. No, you don't even want to even, you don't want to react negatively, but you just don't want to cooperate with that kind of thing.
exactly. Yeah,
I mean, you can even act like you're cooperating and just don't do it though. Just do not meet with these people. You don't have time anyway. You got to pack and leave.
yeah, yeah.
And I'd say, yeah, if he's gonna make an announcement on the 15th. They're either gonna, I mean, Nancy Pelosi, all those cadavers hanging around that room that are just sort of, they're probably not even there anymore.
Hmm.
Like, I can't imagine that she would actually, after trying to have him assassinated and take off, and do you really think that they're gonna let her, sit there? And I really don't think so. So whatever happens on the 15th, I hope you're stateside before that date.
I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna
And
do
there's no fear, you know what I mean? But
right.
you just need to focus
Hmm.
and know. Once you make a decision, like, yeah, this is the closest distance, is a straight line. So as long as you don't go off on little tangents trying to please this one and that one, or thinking there's an allegiance to something other than your personal well-being in all ways right this moment,
Hmm.
you'll be fine. It doesn't take, what did you say, 8 hours?
Yeah, about
Yeah, I mean, it's only 6 hours by the crow flies, so yeah, you could probably get here in 8 hours.
maybe it's 8 hours over to Chicago, and so it would be
Yeah, I was
about.
gonna say it's probably, well,
Right.
no, it took a long time. I would say I was in, I think it was 9 hours to Spain from to New Jersey, I think.
Okay.
I know that was a long time ago. We're on different timelines now, so it might be quicker.
Yeah. I'll see. I'll check things out and see what can be done.
Yeah, and so I can just like hop on the commuter rail. It's $7 or $6. Sometimes it's even cheaper.
Okay.
$7 to get to the South Station, and then there's a free bus to the airport. I would love more, and the trains are fun. And they have plugs. And sometimes they have Wi-Fi. Usually,
Oh, wait, excuse me.
yeah, that's the way Boston is. But I'd love to meet you up there, and we could just hang out, and then it would be so much fun. Oh, did I lose you? Drop my
Oh,
phone.
there we go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, well, hasta la vista, baby. I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
get
back
yourself
to
some
sleep.
sleep. Thanks so much for the time.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had to. Google sent me a thing. Oh my God, what a pain in the ass to change the password. None of my devices worked. Every single app wouldn't let me pop in. I was just, I had to re-enter. Oh, it took me like 2 hours.
Log out of all of your accounts and just work from the one if possible.
Yeah, I gotta.
Because you're now connected somehow to Switzerland, and this is where
Well,
problems.
actually, I think I cut it. I think I cut the
You
cord
did?
on it.
Okay, good.
Well, because Google kept sending me. I have too many accounts open. It's probably why I'm so tired. But anyway, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. You take
Okay,
care.
hasta pronto.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.